Hey everybody. Today I wanted to talk about something that is more of a mindset. I wanted to talk about how sometimes I see online, and I know you might have done this in the past. It's where you qualify your struggles because you feel like other people have had it worse than you. And we've all thought this before. We've all asked for help or tried to relate some of our struggles to people, and and then followed up with, and I know that these are first world problems, or I know that other people have it worse off than me, and I know I shouldn't really complain, I should be grateful. Those things might be true, they probably are true, but who does it help? What does it help? It's almost like you want to ask for help, but you also want to make sure people know that you're self-aware and you're aware of your privilege and whatever. But it doesn't do anything. It's different if you're having a one-on-one conversation with somebody who is going through a hard time right then or whatever, and you just want to say I'm having a hard time, and I know you're having a hard time too, but I also, I'm struggling with this and I wanted to talk to you about it. But it's another thing to constantly go about your mom life and be confiding in people, whether it be online or in groups, at church, whatever, your friend groups, it doesn't matter, right? If you're constantly saying, I know, I should be grateful, I'm so blessed, and, I shouldn't complain, and, thank God for my life, I have nothing to complain about. When you do have struggles and problems that other people might have perspective on or might feel inspired by God to help you about, right? But if you spend so much time, minimizing your problem and degrading your problem down to so small that the person listening is like, okay, what does this person want? They said something and I wanted to help, but then they started saying all this other stuff, which makes me think that they either don't want my advice or they don't really want a solution. They just want to get it off their chest. Or, I guess they don't need help because they're so blessed and all this other stuff. Those things can be true. You can be really blessed and grateful for your life, but be having a really shitty time with your kids, for the last few months or whatever your issue is. So please stop minimizing your problems and allow that person to show up for you in the way they feel inspired to, with just your honest sharing, right? Everybody has issues. God placed everybody where they are and designed everybody how they are, okay? It's not up to us to sit here and qualify and judge ourselves and try to weigh on the scale, how big are my problems compared to everyone else. It really blocks you from being able to receive any kind of help or perspective or solutions, even advice, from somebody else, because you're too busy trying to make them understand how self-aware you are. And it really goes back to this too. It's tied into your parents' voice in your head, right? So if you are like me and you come from a family that, my parents were great, everybody has things to improve on, sure, but they came out of abusive homes and they decided they didn't want that for us. And so they really did a 180 with where they came from, right? But I'm from we graduated from the working class and out of the trailer park, and, really a lot of social mobility has happened between my grandparents and my parents. But my parents still had this kind of mindset, right? Of you don't have anything to complain about. I'm going to give you something to really cry about. Do you know what I had to do to, blah, blah, blah. And that's, no judgment from me to my parents, but that did not help me with my existence, right? So even though they had it worse than I did, and they went through different experiences than me, and they suffered a lot more than me, with my consciousness starting, when I was born, I don't have that perspective of having gone through their life and then mine to really have this perspective of, I'm just grateful for everything because I'm not living that life, right? It's it really minimizes the experience that people have, regardless of where you fall on the scale or on the spectrum of how much everybody struggled, like the struggle Olympics, right? It's not about that. It's like you're a human being just like everybody else, and you go through things and they affect you intensely because it's you living that life, right? So it doesn't help to sit there and think about your problems, and you want to talk to somebody, but like you should really be grateful, and you really don't have much to complain about. So just keep it to yourself and let it eat you alive, and allow yourself to become resentful towards your family because you refuse to reach out for help. So you take it out on the ones you love the most. This is what we see happen time and again, especially with stay-at-home moms, because we're with our families in our homes all of the time. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to that voice in your head that's telling you to minimize your problems or to try to qualify your struggles. Share honestly with people and try to help them with their struggles as well. That's all. That's all we need. That's all we need. Share honestly, reach out, make yourself vulnerable. There are going to be a lot more people that relate to you than not. That's the most likely response. And then you can receive perspective. You can receive help if somebody feels inspired to help. You can receive inspiration and maybe even solutions. So stop qualifying your struggle. Your struggle is your struggle, and it's just as real as it is in your head. That's what it is. However you're experiencing it, it's real. Like, and it's worthy, right? It's valid. So stop qualifying, stop making excuses, stop minimizing, because your struggles and your issues, no matter where you come from or where you are worthy and valid and deserving of support. So I just want you to know that today. Have a beautiful rest of the day.